Or, it's no secret that Louisianians are stressed,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Anxious, some actually just downright depressed. Seriously, though, between hurricane recovery that we've been embarking on, the pandemic, and now just trying to pay all those sky-high bills, it's just really understandable that the people are in this state.
And we're still in hurricane season, right?
Yeah.
Anytime we see a wave making its way our way, it just gets a little scary. But adults, kids dealing with major issues as well. Studies show that 1 in 5 American adults experienced a mental health issue. 1 in 6 young people also experiencing a major depressive episode, and that 1 in 20 Americans live with a serious mental illness like schizophrenia or even bipolar disorder. And according to the U.S. Department of Health, suicide is also a leading cause of death here in the United States.
Yeah, this is something that hits very close to home for one New Orleans councilman. And All New this morning, we tell you how he's trying to break the stigma behind looking for help when it comes to mental health, and the plan that he sets to present before council tomorrow.
The hard part years afterwards is you still struggle with the why, and is there something more that I or other people could have done?
It's a struggle Councilman Joe Giarrusso has endured for 10 years now.
That instinct to pick up the phone is still there. It never goes away.
September 12th, 2012, his father, by the same namesake, took his own life.
He hid a lot of the things that he was going through, and I don't think anybody knew the true depths of what was going on.
The agony constricting the already tight-knit family.
I think everybody wants to know the why of what happened and what I could have done to change anything, and there's never an answer to that.
But Giarrusso is trying to do something to change that for another family, addressing the mental health crisis publicly.
We are at a tipping point when it comes to mental health.
And he's outlining a new strategy on how to bring therapy and counseling services to New Orleanians of all ages. His first step, getting all the nonprofits and mental health groups together, discussing those efforts and how to effectively reach people, an idea that's being received with open arms.
We really thought it was important to make sure that we had a bunch of different people at the table who were addressing child issues, who are addressing adult issues, who are addressing trauma issues.
Setting that table, the United Way of Southeast Louisiana.
We've got to be intentional. When we meet, we've got to have an agenda, and we've got an idea of what we want to accomplish, because we can't waste people's time.
The United Way will act as a facilitator, planning the meetings, looking for funding and resources, and really how to adapt to be a more effective unit.
I think this is going to provide us probably our best chance in a very, very long time to really help address the mental health crisis we're seeing in our community.
Giarrusso hopes this conversation will further break the stigma behind mental health needs and encourage those looking for help to seek out the safe spaces available.
Having people like Simone Biles and having athletes and having more people talk about either this has been my experience or my family's experience, I think one is lowering that stigma level.
And Giarrusso will be highlighting the need for this effort at Thursday's City Council meeting, complete with a PowerPoint presentation on the current services available and how all these groups plan to work together. He says this is just the first phase, and he plans to revisit the progress in just a few months. And it could also spark things like new legislation and how to better use things like Medicaid dollars.